Am I in the right spot?
I
Yes,
do
sir.
believe so, sir. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Phil, can you tell us if everybody who's here needs to be, it looks like it is, 18 more plus. We should be okay, I think.
Yeah, we can wait 1 minute. We are live, Mr. Mayor. I can send you live when you're ready to go. If you want to give them a few more seconds to get into the meeting.
I expect we're probably good. Are we good, Phil?
All set,
Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
All right, we're back in public session in our new room. We'll go to ratify the work that we did in camera. Item 9.1, Councillor Hensby. Okay, the meeting is still saying, the screen is still saying in camera. Phil?
Yeah, we're going to stop sharing that in 1 moment, but you are live, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. All right, item 9.1, Councillor Hensby. I think you're on mute, David. Go ahead, Councillor.
Well, first of all, Mr. Mayor, I'm trying to find the actual public motion. It's not on the agenda sheet, I don't believe, and I can't find it as a memo to the other motion. So if the clerk could read it out and I'll just second the motion or move the motion as read by the clerk.
I think it's on the agenda. Cheryl, do you want to go ahead?
Yes, it is on the agenda, Councillor, but I will read it. That Halifax Regional Council approved the recommendation as outlined in the private and confidential councillor request form.
So moved.
Second the motion.
By Councillor Stretch. Ready for the question? Let's call the roll.
Councillor Stretch.
In favor of the motion.
Councillor Hensby.
Affirmative.
Councillor Karsten.
For the motion.
Councillor Nickel.
Yes.
Councillor Austin.
In favor.
Councillor Mancini.
Yes.
Councillor Mason.
For.
Councillor Smith.
For.
Councillor Cleary.
Nay.
Councillor Walker.
For.
Councillor Adams.
For.
Councillor Surowski.
Against.
Councillor Whitman.
In favor of the motion.
Councillor Blackburn.
Voting no on the motion?
Councillor Russell.
Against the motion.
Councillor Oated.
Voting no.
Mayor Savage.
I'll vote for the motion. So by a vote of
Councillor
12 to 5 and
15. Yes.
12 to 5, the motion's carried. Councillor Hensby, 9.2.
Are you able to find that, Councillor?
Councillor Hensby.
I had to get myself unmuted for a second. Matter of 9.2, motion, the Halifax Regional Council want to adopt the recommendations outlined in the private confidential staff report dated January 14, 2020, and 2, not to release the private confidential report dated January 14, 2020 to the public.
Second, Bill.
Seconded by Councillor Karsten. Let's call the roll.
Councillor Stretch. Councillor Stretch,
For the motion.
Councillor Hensby,
Affirmative.
Councillor Karsten,
For the motion?
Councillor Nichol,
Yes.
Councillor Austin,
In favor.
Councillor Mancini,
Yes.
Councillor Mason,
For the motion?
Councillor Smith,
For the motion.
Councillor Cleary,
Nay.
Councillor Walker,
For.
Councillor Adams,
For.
Councillor Zarowski,
Against.
Councillor Whitman,
For the motion.
Councillor Blackburn,
Voting yes on the motion?
Councillor Russell,
For the motion?
Councillor Outhit,
Voting yes.
and Mayor Savage.
For the motion,
That's 16-1.
motion carries. Colleagues, we'll
Actually,
look
it's
to
15-2.
notices of motion. Councillor
15-2.
Councillor Stretch, notices of motion.
It is 15-2.
No, Your Worship, I'll be withdrawing that notice. Staff weren't quite ready. I'll bring it forward at a later date.
Thank you. Councillor Nichol.
The clerk's office contacted me and said the date will be changed, so they are going to bring it at the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Mason.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Please be advised that the next meeting of Regional Council will move the following motion that Halifax Regional Council request a staff report regarding the cost and opportunities for bringing the sidewalk on Lower Water Street West Side between Prince and Sackville to current standards for accessibility.
Thank you. Councillor Cleary.
Thank you, Your Worship. Take notice at the next meeting of Halifax Regional Council to be held on April 28, 2020. I intend to move the following. The Halifax Regional Council requests an expedited staff report on providing safe mobility through an inexpensive tactical and temporary installation of bike lanes and active transportation routes along the lines of the already approved minimum grid network in the integrated mobility plan or on nearby easily implemented streets.
Thank you. Anybody else notices of motion? Any other notices of motion? Hearing none, our next meeting will be on Tuesday, April 28th at 1 o'clock. And we'll see where we are then on COVID-19. We encourage everybody to keep their physical distance and to follow the rules of public health. And we thank everybody who's doing something nice for other people in this difficult time. And hopefully we're on the way up in a couple of weeks. Thank you all very much. We'll see you on the 28th.
I move to adjourn.
Motion accepted. Thank you all.
Goodbye, be safe.